Hey, welcome back to Take 63.
Tron Legacy, Alice in Wonderland, African Cats is only in theaters. Toy Story 3, Cars 2, in theaters June 24th.
About a year ago, I blogged about going on vacation with my voiceover studio. I took my Power Mac, I took my mic, I took my digital audio interface, about 50 pounds worth of gear, and it was so much stuff and so cumbersome that I never set it up, never did any auditions, and I never did any work. So it was a big fail. So the next trip I took, I didn't take anything. And at that time, I had a job I had to do. So I borrowed a mic, borrowed an iMac in a big echo chamber of a room, and told everybody and their dogs to shut up for a long time, and recorded some voiceover using GarageBand. And it was horrible. It sounded awful. In fact, that's the first time I've ever had a client or potential client question the audio quality I sent them. The problem was I sent a disclaimer saying, hey, this isn't going to sound too good, it's temp. But he didn't read that. He just listened to my demo first, listened to my audition first, and it sounded awful. So I've been thinking and fantasizing about getting the ultimate portable studio. And I thought, well, there's applications for the iPhone. There's been apps for a long time. There's one called iAudition that's pretty good, but you need a mic for it. And they've had connectors. There's been ways that you could connect any mic to an iPhone, but then it becomes big and cumbersome again. So finally, I found and purchased a great mic that'll plug right into my iPhone, and that is this mic right here. This is by Apogee. It's called the mic, and all it is, it's a cardioid condenser mic, and it has a cable that you simply plug into the mic and then plug the other end into your iPhone, and bam, you've got a portable recording studio, and it records at really high quality. The mic sounds amazing. It's about $200. It even has a gain control on the side. So that was cool, and that's about as portable as it gets. The mic actually comes with a tiny tripod as well. But I wanted something a little more complete, a little easier to work with. So I was fantasizing about what to get next. Do I want an iPad? The iPad 3 is coming out. Do I want a MacBook Pro or maybe a MacBook Air? So I thought about all of these things, and I thought, well, an iPad, that's the most portable, and it's silent. But a MacBook Pro, you can do Flash, and some of the people I submit to require submissions through Flash websites. About 3 places that I regularly submit to, you have to submit using Flash. And the iPad can't do that. So I thought, well, maybe a MacBook Air, maybe that's silent. And I looked into the MacBook Air, and the MacBook Air also has a fan, so it's not completely silent. So like, what do I do? Plus, with the MacBook Pro, you've got to pay for a data plan, and it's going to be more expensive than an iPad. The MacBook Air, or Mac Air, whatever it's called, doesn't even have a card where you can put an airport card in it. It doesn't have a slot for that. So I finally settled on getting an iPad. And here it is, the iPad 3, and I love it. And this, combined with this, and a piece of software I'm going to tell you about, to me is the ultimate portable studio. Now, I tried iAudition first on it, and iAudition was made by voiceover professionals, for voiceover professionals, and I like it, but it's still a little glitchy in its early stages. I'm sure in the next version they'll fix the glitches that I had trouble with. So I thought, okay, what's a little better? So I bought GarageBand, and I messed with GarageBand. It exports AAC, not MP3. Everybody wants MP3 still, even though AAC might be a little bit better. So, and it was clunky to edit with. It's fine, I'm sure, if you're recording multi-track, instruments and music, but this is just for one track of voiceover. So GarageBand was a fail for me. So I looked a little further, and I found the ultimate app, and that app is TwistedWave. So between my iPad, my new Apogee mic, and TwistedWave, I have a portable voiceover studio that I can take with me anywhere. Let me show you TwistedWave. This program is awesome. Pretty simple. You launch the application. You hit the plus in the lower left, select the kind of document you want, mono, and then you simply hit record. And if you have the Apogee mic plugged into it, you can also adjust the gain, and the levels look pretty decent here. Notice that it's drawing live waveforms. Soundtrack Pro doesn't even do that. When you're done, you simply hit stop, or if you go, oh, wait a second, I want to read my script, go ahead and hit record again. You can 4-finger swipe over to your script, read the script, and it's still recording. You'll see a red bar across the top to show you that it's still recording. By the way, that is one of the big fails of GarageBand. Once you leave the application, it stops recording. That's why I gave up on GarageBand pretty instantly. But notice this is still recording, still drawing live waveforms. I hit stop. If I want to edit it, I just select a section to edit. I can tap where I want to start and easily adjust where I want to edit. I can even play inside that box. And that's the part I want to delete. So I hit the little X here, bam, it's deleted. What if I want to insert some silence in between there? I simply hit that button, choose insert silence, choose the duration, half a second, apply, bam, I've inserted silence. I can also normalize and do a bunch of other things. Normalize, you simply hit normalize, adjust to 0 decibels, hit apply, bam, all the waveforms are adjusted. This is an amazing application. Now the thing that I really like about it is if I need to send it somewhere, I simply hit export file. I choose the document type or the audio format type, such as WAV, IFF, CAF, AAC, or MP3. I can choose the bit rate, and then I choose to send it to either iTunes, FTP, email, Dropbox, or SoundCloud, which all of them are great options. And let's say I want to email it to myself, I hit send by mail. It compresses the file. Right now it's compressing it into an MP3. By the way, it records at 48K 16-bit, so it's high quality professional sound. Then I simply decide who I'm going to send this to. How about myself? To my Voiceover email address, and I hit send. Bam, we're done. Easy as that. I love this application. So how do you get around the issue of submitting auditions to places that use Flash? I found 2 ways to do that. Number one, pretty much anywhere you go there's a computer. Now you think, well, just plug the mic into the computer and record there. Well, you don't want to do that because the computer's noisy. You want to be able to take your mic and your iPad into a closet or somewhere quiet, put a blanket over your head, whatever you got to do to make the room quiet enough. But what you can do is simply Dropbox or email the file to yourself, go to the computer, and then submit. The other option is to record the file and send it to Dropbox and then use an application called Splashtop to remote desktop into your computer, into your home computer or your studio computer. And from there, you can simply grab the file and upload it that way using the Flash that's available on your computer. And I've tried both ways work. But the good news is that all 3 of the places that I currently use that use Flash are upgrading to HTML5. One of them is about to beta test. I'll probably be a beta tester for them. The other 2 will probably be done sometime this year. So not going to be an issue for much longer. So I strongly recommend the iPad, TwistedWave, and the Apogee mic, and they're not paying me to say that. And the big question is, do I really use this stuff? Do I use my iPad and the mic, or do I just wait until I get to a studio to record? I use it all the time. I got this thing last Friday. I was at my brother's house in Utah snowboarding, and on Saturday I recorded 3 auditions in my little niece Josie's room. Josie let me use her room while I was there, so I literally knelt down by her bed, set up the little tripod, set up a couple pillows, and I did 3 auditions. Then I emailed them to myself and submitted them using my brother's computer. And in fact, one of those booked today. I just read that one tonight in my regular studio. I already earned back half the money I spent on the iPad. Sometimes if I'm in a pinch to do a quick audition, I will literally pick up my iPad and my mic, walk into the booth, record it, and email it to myself and send it off that way. And it's actually more fun to edit on your iPad using TwistedWave than using Soundtrack Pro or Pro Tools or Final Cut or some of the things I use to edit my files usually. I wouldn't want to do a really long one, but for a 30-second or a minute spot, it's great fun. If you have any questions, you can email me at trevor@trevorjonesvo.com or leave a comment in my blog. Thanks a lot, and see you next time.